motherfuckers.
It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You crack ass motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
Did you know Tom and Dan have been putting on a free Beerfest for over 11 years now? And did you also know that when they die, this Beerfest dies with them because most people would rather die than organize a free Beerfest? It's funny, because it's true. It's the 2025 Tom and Dan Bad at Business Beerfest, November 22nd. Wristbands for tasting and doors open at noon. The first 500 people receive a free gift bag with their sample cup. Beer starts flowing at 2 p.m. You must have a valid photo ID, no exceptions. Vendors, booths, food trucks, live music, and all of this in the heart of beautiful downtown Sanford. All presented by attorney Mo DeWitt at justcallmo.com. It's the 2025 Tom and Dan Bad at Business Beerfest, November 22nd. Everyone will be there, unless they die. Please don't die.
Z159 FM.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude, honey.
Did you know Tom and Dan have been putting on a free Beerfest for over 11 years now? And did you also know that when they die, this Beerfest dies with them because most people... Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch from the Orlando talk show. He's a mega fan of The Weeknd, and I believe he just now recovered from his hangover. Isn't that sort of something like close, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling pretty better, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is comedian Ross McCoy.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you, man. You look way better than you did. I had to go back and listen to that show a little bit, and everybody should go back and listen to it because we all know what that feels like. Yeah. And thank you for your service. You did a great job. You sat on the edge of the couch and sweated it out, and he didn't complain one time. I'm like, are you fine? He's like, absolutely fine. Tough. You were tough.
Puking in the bathroom.
You were so tough. You wouldn't have known that. It wasn't hot in there. There wasn't anything messy in there. Like, he is tough.
No, imagine you're my wife, and I Uber home after that show,
and it was a white knuckle Uber. Like I was fighting back, puking the whole Uber home, you know?
Yeah.
So my wife, she works from home, and she works like in the room that the door opens into. So like I open the door, I come in, she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "No time," and I just took my shoes off.
I like no time.
Ran in the bathroom, took off all my clothes, got into the bathtub, and started like violently puking. So, like,
oh my God!
Door open to me in the bathtub puking like maybe 3 seconds.
Yeah. So you don't have any of these stories. You're not a puker. You don't have any of these stories.
No.
I have puked and then passed out in the kitchen wearing nothing but a flannel shirt and tidy whities with a piss stain in the front of my wife that was taking multiple photos of. I've done that. The greatest was the tequila one. I puked everywhere. You saw me puke I puked in a lister's yard, for Christ's sake.
I'll just pee on random things in the middle of the night. You know, there's either you're a puker or a pee-pee.
I think pee-pee's less messy. That's a hot take. But
well, sometimes you don't even know where it is. You'll pee in a drawer. You'll pee in a suitcase. You know, it's
like I remember one time.
At least the puke, you know.
I remember one time. You ever like the next day after you're hungover, where you have something to do, and you're just kind of in that weird state where you just everything you go to do, you feel like you're gonna puke. And I was driving in one of my GTIs. I forget which one it was, but I did that little move where it's just a little bit, where I'm like a little bit. And it came out. It was like, and it came out and it got on my seatbelt.
Okay.
And it was like a white, it was like a protein shake or something. It was like a white milk. It was like, like a little baby spit up on the seatbelt, and it got in the nylon seatbelt, and you could have pressure washed it, you could never get it out. It was in the seatbelt forever.
In the fibers?
In the fibers. When I sold the car, the fibers of my seatbelt had white in
that's
it.
why you sold it.
I did. You're right. This guy knows me. This guy knows. I'll sell a car if it's been puked in. I've sold
absolutely.
2 cars that have been puked in. I puked in one car. I puked myself on the seatbelt. I had to sell it.
And you know it. As soon as you do it, you're like, "Mom, I'm selling this."
Piece of shit. It's a piece of shit.
Do you know anybody who's so sensitive to that gagging noise that they hear the gagging noise and it makes them gag?
Andrea's a little bit like that.
There's a famous internet video of a guy's girlfriend who's like real sensitive to it, and he'll follow her around and do it. It's hilarious. But a guy at Pyro Spot this summer was like kind of like that.
Yeah.
And one of the counter girls got real good at like making him gag on command. She just got like, and he like just reflexively go. He couldn't help it. It was hilarious.
You don't have that.
No.
So you would probably be the best out of. Well, how is yours? I don't want to lump you in with me. I can puke fast.
Yeah. Your anxiety starts pegging, and you'll start puking.
Yeah, well, you've seen that many. You've probably seen that more than even Andrea has.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it takes me a minute to work up to it, but once I get started, my strength is I can go all the way to the bottom. Like I can empty my stomach.
Oh, I can too. Yeah. I can too. You know, one time in L.A. because I was so afraid to fly, I got the blood. Yeah, I did. You know what set it off? Because I've always had a spicy belly. I went with here is a radio throwback story I don't think I've ever said. I went with the most abused producer ever to work at Real Radio, Prince. I went with Prince, who used to produce the Buckethead Show.
Really good.
Okay.
Lived in L.A. A great guy, and he invited me out, and we went to an all heavy metal themed burger restaurant called Grill 'Em All.
All right.
And I got like this crazy fatty burger and their fries. It was the first time I ever had French fries that were fried, and this is years ago, fried in 100% duck fat. Ooh. And I ate the burger and all the duck fat fries, and I don't have a gallbladder. Well, like, what was I thinking? And it was just making me shit and puke everywhere. And then I got more like anxiety. I had to fly the next day, and I just puked so much. And then the last time I went to puke, it was just like blood. And I'm like, uh-oh.
I like being so scared you give yourself esophagus cancer.
That's pretty much me. Anything business to get out of the way?
Yeah, we have a brand new pinball machine, the Jaws pinball machine, which Ross was playing earlier. Daniel played.
It's good.
So good.
And
this pinball machine
might be our favorite.
Well, it has the best screen. Would you agree?
Yes.
Best cut screen. Like, it has a digital screen in front of it, but this one plays like full-blown, unedited movie clips. Me and Ross, I'm like, I don't even want to play this machine. I just want to watch Jaws.
You hit the button, and it starts the beginning of Jaws. It's like Chief Brody getting in his car to drive in, and it says, "Welcome to Amityville." It's amazing. It's so
He's
good.
driving through in his truck. He's in a cool truck. Yeah, this thing's awesome.
So we're running a promotion that if you purchase
Do you think we're done talking about this pinball machine?
Sorry.
It's so cool. Dude. I got this multi-ball that went into night mode, and like all the lights went out except for blue lights. It's so cool.
I was over there eating my slop, and then Ross goes, "Get in here." I run in there, and at one point, Ross had chummed the waters, the digital waters, so much that a fin came up, and he shot the ball at it like a harpoon. He was trying to kill the shark.
A fin comes up out of the board and like circles around. It's so cool.
And you shoot it,
It's
the ball
cool.
is your harpoon. So if you aim for the fin, and the fin's swimming through the blood,
Oh, you can act
and you hit the chum bucket, and the blood falls in.
It's so cool.
Oh, it's dope.
If you purchase a pinball machine from the Pinball Dudes, me and Daniel will go to your house and play the pinball game at your house.
Yes.
Daniel threw out a radius of 100 miles. That's too long. I'm saying 50.
Yeah,
I'll
do 100.
75.
I'll
do it.
And I'll throw one more thing in there. If you would like, while Tom is playing the pinball machine, I will give him an extra turn, and I will make love to your wife. Or
you
husband.
can tape it.
Or husband. Yeah, and you can tape it. You can tape it. For husbands, I'll just blow you. I'm not doing the sex.
That's worse.
No.
Yeah, you can have my butt. My mouth was gross.
My mouth is a treasure.
My butt is gross.
Well, what's not gross?
Oh, no, it's gross and going in my mouth. They're going in my butt. Doo-doo's in there. Who cares? Anyway, so
good transition.
PinballDudes.net. Also, get our brand new straw hat. It's at tomandan.com. Produced by Hittin Skins, a really cool merchandise and promotional item company in Orlando.
Yeah, man.
And then designed by the Danger Brains, our branding agency we've been working with for more than a decade. That's a gold standard of branding.
You're messing it all
They're gold
up.
standard too. So last night, I don't know if you noticed, Ross, because you're not a sportsman.
I'm still trying to get past doo-doos in there. What?
It was the first NFL game of the season last night.
Okay.
The Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
The first game's always on a Thursday.
Well, the Cowboys bigger than an Eagle, so clearly the Cowboys won, right?
No, the Eagles won.
Eagles won.
So, and you know, like gambling. So I had both sides of this game, Ross, and I'll explain.
That's one way to gamble.
So it's like I teased the Eagles down early, down to -1, and then I took the Cowboys at +8.5 before game time started on Hard Rock bets. So it's kind of torturous when you gamble this way because you're trying to hit the middle.
A real narrow lane.
You're just trying to hit the middle here. So it's not you're not even happy if one team scores or another team scores.
No.
You're just happy if it's close.
Right. It was close.
Which makes you committed to watch the whole game. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't sometimes if you're a regular gambler, you gamble one team's a blowout. You can turn off the game in the third quarter. You're like, they're never coming back, and then you don't have to stay up late and watch it. So, but this particular game, the first game of the season, I got way too many bets because I started betting way too long ago.
Yeah, I wondered when you put them in.
Yeah.
I did think about you. You know, I wanted to text you, but then I didn't want to. I did text you when the incident happened.
Oh, Spitgate?
Yeah, I have here. Did you see that, Ross? Here, I'll
No.
play it for you. If you look up here, I just put a clip up here just for people that haven't seen it. I don't know how you couldn't have seen this, but this is old.
Before the game even started, I felt bad. One Eagles player blew out his a ligament in his knee, during kickoff.
Yeah.
And he just came back from a knee injury, and he's just sitting there and staring off into space, and there's people around him, and he's just like, man, you come back as your first, literally the kickoff of the season, and you blew your ligament. Now you're done.
At least
for
you
the
didn't
season.
run out with a flag like Aaron Rodgers. Way worse when you're carrying a flag.
So before the first play.
So here's what happens. Now, this one, I included the full clip so you could see why maybe Jalen Carter did this.
Yeah, so Jalen Carter is basically the best defensive player on the Eagles, and the Cowboys start with the ball.
So here, it starts with Dak.
Offensive lineman, and Dak spits down towards the ground, but in the direction of the Eagles with Carter, who had walked over there, and that begins the interaction of the two.
He does a fast spit right in his chest.
He did like the...
And he got ejected from the game.
Yeah.
He done. And by the way, I screamed out, this isn't going to help my bets. Right when it happened, I was like, God damn, this throws off everything. But it was the first time I've ever seen a player get ejected before the game even started. I
was trying to think if somebody else had done that. I think we can all agree that spitting on a human is always bad, and they take it real seriously. But I was kind of impressed. I didn't know until maybe 15, 20 minutes after the incident by looking at Instagram Reels or TikTok that I didn't know about the Dak spitting on the ground thing because they didn't really show that. They just kind of showed Jalen Carter spit on Dak. But when you see that, you're kind of like, did Dak get in his head? It's like good job, Dak. That was well done.
I do like it online. Like a bunch of grown men and these multimillionaire grown men players are all arguing about it. He spit at me first, which is the fucking middle school, elementary school bullshit.
Should not be spitting.
He spit on the floor. He spit on my chin. Stupid.
Okay.
And then these guys all lined up 1 inch away from each other, face to face, and 100% like saliva and sweat. And everything is like flying back and forth across that line. There's no.
Yeah, it's just the NFL doesn't. They're trying to take out all this. They're they want everybody. They don't even want the taunting. You can't even really like.
They can't stand over a player anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Even if someone got a penalty just for
Well, how am I supposed to piss on the guy if I can't stand over him?
Incredible.
What? You can't do that.
You can piss someone in the pile though. You start releasing your.
I'd be farting, shitting, diarrhea, crazy.
That's not what I want to talk about. So, speaking of because I was gambling,
guys, I gotta piss. Start a pile.
I was gambling and I had to watch the whole game. All of a sudden, they started mentioning a storm cell. And they're like, they start broadcasting like, there's a storm cell coming near us. And then I'm like, oh, no. And then they had a lightning delay, right?
And it was going on for a while.
Over an hour lightning delay. So this game didn't even end until like 12:20 at night.
I thought you were watching a professional football game. You were watching like a little league game, right? Like,
over an hour lightning delay. So
this has been happening more, the Ross agreeing with Tom thing.
Let's talk about
phenomenon.
Lightning. So this is becoming a problem. So the other day, Crystal was picking up Max from school. He goes to Seminole County.
It's good that she does that. It's good that she does that.
And
you have to once in a while. If you leave them there all the time, they get feral.
And next thing you know, it's been like I think it's 12:45 3:45.
I remember this.
And Crystal's like, I'm still here because they're not releasing the kids because lightning. And I got an email that's saying that if there's lightning within 10 miles of the school, they don't release the kids. Like you have to go in individually and sign them out. Like they won't let them go.
I kind of assumed we have lightning in 10 miles at all times. Because it's Florida, right? Like don't we live in an electric swamp?
So I'm like, 10 miles? I'm like, God damn. I mean, that's too far. Like, you're being too precautious. Like, could you imagine going and telling Mr. Bumby back in the 1800s of Bumby Hardware?
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, one day in Orlando.
Well, he thought lightning was angering the gods, right?
Like, if there's any lightning within 10 miles, they won't release the kids from school. He's like, 10 miles? That's a half-day's buggy ride. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking far.
That's at least a fortnight.
And then the NFL, I was looking it up, and they have
what is the relative speed, do you reckon, of a buggy versus a lightning bolt, Tom? Because this can absolutely happen. When I worked at Universal.
Fuel injected or standard carbureted?
I think you have to go diesel lightning.
Right.
We cleared the ride. It was lightning. We cleared a ride. Waited like an hour. There was lightning like within the 10-minute or 10-mile radius or whatever. But outside, we were about to put people back on the ride. Lightning struck the fucking ride.
Okay,
It happens.
I'm not saying don't do any precautions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying 10 miles is too much. In the theme parks and the water parks, they do 3 miles. I know this because we've adopted the 2.5. I always do under what the water parks do. Mile radius lightning strike zone with our pool and the kids in our pool.
Is that one of your advertising features? You're like, come to my pool. We do a 2.5 mile, not a 3 mile like those libtards down the road. Is that what you say? What are you doing?
No, because
do you sell a double pass where I can take the tour and get in the pool?
Yeah. Get the freedom pass. If you get the freedom pass, you get unlimited freedom fries all day.
First, what we deem as dangerous has gotten way too far because,
Fascinio mentioned the parent that you mentioned to me that in Winter Springs a couple of years ago passed away.
I know, and so adopt the 3 mile water park rule. 10 miles is too much. That's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous.
Well, why would they do 10 miles then? So I would just who started that? Is that a NFL thing, a Weather Channel thing?
You know who wants to protect themselves from lawsuits the most? The theme parks. They got all the money. They got hard to sue the government. They don't give a shit. So why do so long? And then the NFL, too, it's way too long.
See, SJ
let them play.
SJ is saying what I said, and this makes us both dumb old men with weird beards. He said it's 30 miles. I thought when I worked. Yeah, I always thought it was a
30 miles.
I thought it was like
you can't even see it.
a 30.
It's definitely more than 3.
I thought it was more than 3.
Yeah.
Like I
no,
thought,
no. 30,
I'm just telling you what I remember. I mean, like
no, 30 miles is too much.
It's like 10 miles for like a community pool, I want to say.
I thought it was like that for like the Camping World when we weren't there.
No, it's 3 miles of the theme parks, of the water parks, and then they, for whatever reason, adopted 10 miles in the school. It used to not be like this. I don't even know what changed because this is the first time.
Neil Del Rio's saying the same thing too. So I don't think it's a definitive no. Because he's saying it's called a 30-30 delay. There's something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something
30 minutes, 30 miles. That makes sense.
Was like an industry standard back in the day that I remember them saying, and it just got burned into my brain. I'm not saying I ever enacted it or did it, or I'll have to look it up.
Well, yeah, maybe back in the day they didn't understand lightning or the risk of 30 miles is ridiculous. I never even heard of that.
Everyone, God is angry, out of the pool.
yeah. And then I wanted to go further and be like, we're not getting out of the pool. Because, again, I've talked about this on the show. I'm like, what are the chances of lightning hitting my pool cage and electrocuting my family? I'm willing to bet their lives.
It's not about chances. It's about possibilities.
Yeah, like,
there's the possibility.
It's possible. Is it 0.02%? I'll risk my whole family and other people's kids.
You're going to have to look it up, buddy, and tell me what it is. Because he's saying it was his job and that it was 30 miles. But you're going to have to send it to me so I can read it and understand what it is.
The one where you're allowed to go in and sign your kids out is the soft one, by the way. We've gotten into situations before where there was like a severe weather warning in the area and the doors were just locked and your kids are just in there until it's over. And then that can go on for hours.
But I've realized we're misjudging statistics when we all think we're going to win the Powerball. We all think we're going to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
This is not going to happen. Just run it loose 2 miles at the most. Don't play the lottery. And then the world will be fine.
But there needs to be more of you. And there's not. So you're out
well,
so you're just
I'm sitting in a lottery lightning world.
Yeah, you're just yelling into the crowd. We don't even care. We're like, that's fine. Just let him yell.
No one cares. And then everybody's like, nah, we're doing it. 80 miles.
Make it 100 miles.
If any
just
lightning,
like the pinball. I'll do 100 miles.
If there's lightning in the world, don't go outside. Like, what the hell? Anyway.
But you can't just assign the same odds as the Powerball to literally anything because the odds of being struck by lightning and Powerball are not even equivalent to the point where, like they say, you got better odds of being struck by lightning than winning the Powerball.
Winning the Powerball, right?
Well, and then you can
there's a line of people at every goddamn Publix waiting, and I'm trying to get my goddamn money order.
You can't go outside with a 12-foot lottery pole and enhance your chances of winning the lottery. You can't like go up on a hill, hold a golf club, and be in a fucking swimming pool to increase your chances of being hit by lightning.
Also, this is a stadium. Can't they just have big ass lightning rods around the stadium?
Okay, that's what I always thought.
Like,
what happened to the idea
play
of having a cage that had one of the highest points on it, and then you just diffuse the lightning across the level of the cage?
Like you obviously.
Why don't we do that?
How much do you care about the player safety? They're killing each other in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this is about lawsuits and shit, and like someone got struck by lightning at Raymond James in the parking lot.
Did they?
But it was like a group of people hit something, and they didn't die.
Blew their Tostinos off.
Anyway,
I bet they cursed God's name right before it happened.
Just let it free and quit worrying about lightning, and let's just all, people are going to die, but we won't waste our lives, and we can go to bed at a meaningful time.
People are going to die. Play through it.
I've also always been one of those guys where if let's say this bites us in the ass, right? We're like, hey, fuck it, lightning, not a big deal. And then literally this weekend, let's say I'm swimming at a pool with Maisie, we get struck by lightning, and she dies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be one of the type of people to now champion lightning as a villain. I'm just going to quietly fade into the woods.
Me too.
I will not go like, oh, now I need to, in her honor, and this makes me a bad person. But now I'm not going to be like, now in her honor, it will be my life's mission to warn everybody about lightning. Nope. I will fade into the woods and just be like, I was wrong. And I'm the worst person in the world. Probably kill myself.
Yeah. And, anyway, I'm just saying that we'd be inconvenienced a lot less.
I got a theory.
Stop worrying about lightning.
I got a theory about you lately griping about people being cautious. I think you need a little adventure in your life. I think you need to jump something, jump off of something, flip off of something. You need to you are going through a little bit of you need some adrenaline, man. You need to suck a dick or take it in your butt or skydive.
No. I'm just mad that it's 12:20 and because of hour lightning delay. I'm like, not even barely raining.
Let's talk about Powerball for a second.
Yeah.
You should only be able to order Powerball in the middle of the day from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m., and that's the only time you can buy it. In the morning hours and the afternoon hours, when real people need to get Mountain Dew and Coors Light, you are not allowed to stand in line, and then when they go up there, you go, give me 70 quick picks. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You gotta stop doing that.
With this system, only the poorest, non-working people will be able to play the Powerball, which is who it's for, right?
Well, but if you were rich, you would have to you'd have to leave work to go do it at a time that's not going to inconvenience those of us that need our daily fixes of vices and stuff.
What's interesting, the human psychology of the lottery is interesting to me because it doesn't get into this frenzy until it gets to that 1 billion. It's happened before, but the 1 billion really draws people out. I don't know why though, because
more people. There are your lottery hardcores.
But
we
an
got
exceptional
regulars at mine.
People with that little clear envelope thing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I saw lines at Publix and convenience stores, and it's funny because it's it's weird that that threshold, all right, now I'll go waste my time. When it was 50 million, you're like, not yet. I won't waste my time for that. It was like $100,000 will change anybody's life at this point. If you won that, that should
I've got standards though.
Drive you to go. Plus, I don't think you have the same odds for 100,000. I think it's even less odds or more people playing with a 1.3 billion or whatever. More odds of losing.
The odds change because of the number of balls too, right? There's that.
Well, the Powerball is all the same. It's just the amount of people playing will actually diminish, even though it's a fraction and you're never going to win. It's impossible. I'll up my bet if any of our listeners win the Powerball, I will let Ross
shit in your mouth.
And
piss in your ass.
Shit
in your mouth and piss in your ass.
That's harder to do.
It's what everybody wants. Well, I'll help
live on Twitch.
Yeah, I will help hold your ass open because it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I have to put a funnel or something in there.
That's fine. And you could bring my whole family and my
let 'em
sons.
watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
you tape their eyes
the kids are
open.
watching.
Help hold your dad's ass open.
Because that's how impossible it is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Here, put this smock on. Put this raincoat on. We're about to piss in your dad's ass. That would be terrible, right? But the Powerball. Imagine the Powerball people standing there. They're standing there. They got a limousine waiting. They got a traditional limousine, with an air conditioner running, and they're just waiting there. Hurry up. We're going up to Houston's for a salad. Hurry up and piss in his ass.
Listen, if I'm the listener base, I'm playing Powerball because Tom has that one time where he said to Tony Rage, if I make this, I'll suck your dick. And he threw a thing right in the goddamn frog's mouth.
It was
immediately into the frog's mouth.
I think about that once a day.
It was crazy.
That's how amazing that was. So when they say that people think about Rome once a day or midday, no, I think about the time that Tom's like, if you throw that in there, I'll suck your dick. Zing, dunk, right in the frog's mouth.
Oh, and real quick before we move on, here's a little bit of gambling advice. They changed a rule that I didn't even know until last night. They're allowing the kickers to use their own ball.
Yeah, tell me about this. I didn't know about this.
So they changed the rules, and the kickers in the past had to use a regular game ball. The standard, they have a certain amount for everybody. And a regular new game ball, the kickers, you'll see them smushing it. They'll smush it on the ground.
Yeah.
They're basically I guess making it more
malleable
or a little softer so that it's better for kicking. And now
could also be in their brain too.
They're allowed. No, I think there's some science behind it, or they must kick so much they realize that kicking a hard ball. That's why
you gotta smoosh it.
In the Super Bowl, a popular bet back in the day was that they wouldn't kick a touchback because they used an inaugural game ball every Super Bowl, and it was a little harder and weirder than their normal balls. So then you couldn't kick it far.
It's slightly engineered differently because of the way that it's inscribed.
It had the Super Bowl's logo, and it was kind of like a novelty ball that they'd kick. It was official, a regular NFL football.
It was an ear of corn painted brown.
So
weird.
Because of that, we're going to see longer field goals this year. Even in the preseason, they kicked a 70-yarder, which was, and we may see something close to that in the NFL now. And I would lean towards overs, especially because the new kickoff rule. Even last night, players were they were starting on the 30 or something like it, and they were definitely kicking it in play every time.
What's the penalty now for kicking it out? Is it go to
touchback? It goes to
touchback's 35 or 25.
It goes to 30 now, 30 or 35.
And you get penalized if you were
kicking touchback. Touchback penalizes you to the ball starts on the 30 or 35. I can't remember, but it increased 5 yards.
And you have the area
that it has to land in.
Right.
So they're basically kicking ground. They're kicking it so that it lands into the area and bounces, because that's what they want to delay the player from picking it up. Because as soon as it touches the ground, you're allowed to run. Anyway, so bet the overs and watch out for kicking over 60-yard field goals this year, because using that own ball is definitely gonna help.
There you go.
So how much money did you make the first night?
Well, I have to have all my other parlays hit, so 0 so far. But it's the first legs of.
You got some first legs open.
Yeah. So.
Are you happy now? Is it kind of like your Christmas? It's like now your train's back on the track again. You're getting the old betting fever.
They play in Brazil tonight. So Chiefs and Chargers.
Right on. I forgot that game was tonight.
Yeah. So
that'll be fun.
And it's at a little elevation in Brazil. I don't know how that plays into it, but
you know what I like looking at
the
in
field
Brazil?
sometimes bad.
I like the crowd shots, Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh man, the crowd shots tonight.
Yeah. A bunch of confused Brazilians are like, "What the hell is this?"
A lot of yellow.
Yeah.
A lot of small breasts, big booties.
The Weeknd just announced his South American tour.
Oh, you're gonna go? We should do mushrooms in Sao Paulo.
I can't. He's doing South America and Europe. I kind of would like to go to like Nice, France, or something to see the Weeknd there. That would be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool. International show would be dope.
People follow around bands and use it as a. I like that.
It's cheaper in some ways. We've got friends that went to Europe to see Taylor Swift because it was cheaper.
Because every place in the world is interesting to go to, and there's cool places to see everywhere. Like
no, Rhode Island sucks.
Yeah.
There was not a goddamn thing to do in Rhode Island.
I have a feeling Remy's house isn't that good.
There are a lot of Middle East. They were.
Yeah. But hummus, a lot of hummus.
If you picked a spot and picked a I like people that do this. They travel to a destination to see the concert and then use that as an excuse to visit that area is a cool way to travel. Like
Andrea's done that a lot.
Just like, hey, they're playing. You may never have wanted to go to Brazil, but you go to see the Weeknd and then go and do the tourist Brazil thing.
Like when I went to Miami and I visited local casinos.
How's that going? You still addicted?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Did you play any this week?
No, I'm kind of saving up to go to Vegas. So.
Okay, I understand. You're taking it up a notch. You go to Vegas.
Yeah.
All right. Be careful.
I'm going for the iHeart Music Festival.
Okay. Hey, all right. I love it.
Oh, I saw an announcement that, and I know this I've never met him, but I know Ross knows him. Cam Patterson made the SNL cast. And this local comedian. It's funny because he was never on our show.
He's been scheduled 3 times.
Yeah, scheduled for other things with you, Ross, throughout the years, and then it just fell apart.
We've had once with Jolly, twice with Ross, and he's a busy dude, Cam Patterson.
That's pretty cool having a local Orlando comedian that you know very well, right?
Oh yeah, I know Cam pretty good. I mean, we're not like friends or nothing. He wouldn't return a phone call to me or nothing. But,
well, not now,
I've put him on.
Before,
even way before.
Yeah.
No, famously, I heard he was gonna be on Kill Tony, and I was like, I got to get him on Tots with Ross before he's too big for it. So I sent a message to him, and then I was already too late.
No,
never returned the message. Next time he messages me, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see this. Can I get on shit sandwich?"
It must be I started putting myself in his shoes, and I know even getting
I'm sorry, you put pudding in your shoes?
What size shoe are you?
It'd be a big clown shoes. I imagine that. Just based on.
Cam actually does not wear shoes, only slides. Slides only. That is Cam Patterson's thing.
I like slides. But a man of comfort.
The pressure it must be knowing you're about to enter SNL and thinking to yourself hey, this is my one shot. I have to do well. If not, they have a crazy turnaround and this could be the difference in like a huge career, or now even getting on the cast, it opens up huge opportunities for you, like national touring and things like that. But,
well, I mean, Cam's already national touring from the Kill Tony
okay,
stuff.
all right.
Like he can sell out anywhere at any time just from the Kill Tony stuff already, which is why SNL is after them. That's their classic formula. Let somebody else do all the work discovering people. Let's come in and snatch them up. And like for Cam, I don't know that there's a lot of pressure for him. Honestly, he's very confident. Like
That's what I was gonna say. Is I don't get the feeling that if we were to be like, "Oh, are you nervous?" No, I don't think he is at all.
Don't think he would be nervous at all.
No.
I think he's probably walking into this feeling like he's gonna fucking kill it, and he probably will. And yeah, good for him.
I hope he does. I mean, like I mean, because it's I like people calling their shot.
What do they pay you on SNL?
I heard it's minimum wage plus tips.
It's like
No, I want to say it's like it's not.
I don't think it's that much.
It's not that much
because they know that the value of even being on that show,
having the credit,
the marketing value is worth so much that it's like almost like Shark Tank. It's like you're getting a $3 million or $8 million commercial for whatever your business is, even being on the show,
regardless of whether they invest. Yeah.
So they probably don't even pay you that much. But I'm curious of what
$54,000
a year, or okay, god damn.
But you probably, I think like
that's really low.
The season's like what, 12 weeks or something like that, or whatever it is. You're working real hard for 12 or 14 weeks, and then you got the whole rest of the year to tour on that Saturday Night Live credit.
Hold on, that's the old number that Pete Davidson was working for.
Okay.
So double it. It's still kind of like low for celebrity
it is,
entertainment.
For something that big, but
I'm guessing somewhere they're saying now it can be an upwards of $7,000 an episode.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's good money.
But still around that too. It's like smaller.
But in the
than we think.
1970s, like if you really think about it for comparison, like someone like let's take a Bill Murray or a Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Was making $700 a show. That's wild to think about. That's not a lot of money.
Led places though.
Yeah.
Hear Bill Murray's story about Bruce Willis being like a showrunner on SNL, like when he was a kid, or like you real young, like breaking into show business. And it made my rounds on TikTok.
Bruce Willis is making my rounds on TikTok too, because there's and I don't know if anybody else has seen this on their algorithm. There's a video of him, and it's all like him doing famous movie like stuff, like all of his most beloved characters, whether it's Fifth Element or
Die Hard,
yeah, the Moonlighting's in there, all of this stuff, right? And then the words that they're talking about are that, did you know, and it's one of the automated voices, it's like, did you know that as of this moment, Bruce Willis does not know that he was a famous movie star?
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my God, who made that? Who made that? Is that real? Does that or did somebody sit there and make that? Because they made it to look as if it's coming from like someone that knows Bruce Willis.
Well, Crystal told me that like I guess whoever Bruce Willis' wife is now,
Mrs. Willis,
they moved him into a house with full-time caretakers away from like the house that she lived in because like
that house was haunted.
Because it's gross.
Well, it's just I guess he's declined to the point where
you don't want to see it, out of sight, out of mind.
It's essentially a home. They moved him.
No,
he doesn't know what's going on.
You can't do that. You got to live with him. You can't move him to the guest house.
No.
You don't.
Well, he doesn't even know who you are.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
you
doesn't.
don't know. You put him in a room in the main house. You don't put him in the guest. I would not do that, dude. That's
he's essentially dead.
That's Die Hard. That's goddamn Die Hard. You can't move Die Hard to the guest house.
He doesn't have any idea what's going on. Like, who he is.
I got nothing.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
Oh, I would like to show him his films and see what he thinks of them with a blank slate. Like show him Hudson Hawk and be like, "What'd you think of that one?"
I love it. That was a weak one, Ross, but I'm glad you selected that one. That was a weak one. What was it? 7 Monkeys? Was that 7 Monkeys?
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys. That was a great movie.
That's a good film.
What's the best Bruce Willis other than Die Hard?
Sixth Sense is
really
a super iconic, memorable movie that still gets brought up as far as like
it was good.
Twist and turn ending.
I saw that with Jeff Howell and Jim Colbert, and it blew their old men mind. Jeff Howell, we left that movie. Jeff Howell was speechless. He could not talk. He was like, best thing I've ever seen. Best thing I've ever seen.
I love every single frame of The Fifth Element, but there's a film he did called Three Rivers. They may have renamed it, but while they were filming it, at least it was called Three Rivers, and it was filmed on site in Pennsylvania, like while I was a kid there, and it was the talk of the town. It was exciting.
That sounds good.
He was a boat cop in Pittsburgh.
Wait, that was the one Sarah Jessica Parker's in that.
Maybe,
and
I'm not
you
sure.
see her titties in it.
Oh.
I think you see her titties in it.
So,
and that's why I like that movie. It had nothing to do with Bruce
That's
Willis.
my stamp of approval.
Striking distance, somebody said.
Okay, I think they renamed it after filming.
I liked Unbreakable, but I could not get past him working out in the basement and them adding more weight to
the paint cans.
Yeah, because he was struggling to lift up like his normal workout, and they kept adding more and more weight.
Right.
But the fact that he was struggling at all times,
right. No matter how much weight they added, it seemed equivalent effort was given. Yeah.
So it's like, is the point you have to try your hardest and you can lift no matter how much, or the fact that
his lifting face.
The fact that you're struggling means that there has to be a spectrum of struggle. It can't, there can't just be a top struggle and infinite after that.
The writer fucked up the arc because you need to see some triumph to know what he's doing, right? You want to see him get stronger, right?
Are you guys watching this new season of Top Struggle? It's so good.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about Ross's in-law dogs, the killer dogs.
Okay. All right.
Because I like a good...
It's a little off-mic talk, but we'll get into it. No, we'll get into it. It's fun.
I thought that was fun. I wrote it down. I want to talk about the Catfish story on Netflix.
There's a new what's the name of it? I wrote it down
River
here.
Monsters?
Unknown Number, the high school catfish.
Ooh.
Oh, it's good, man. It's
Interesting.
probably the most graphic. Me and Andrew, there's some graphic text in there that it blew me out of my seat. Like, I was like, Maisie, get upstairs. Like, get the hell out of here. Let's see here. For music, I went all over the place today, but I tried to go with like classic music that you can listen to in all settings, because a couple of weeks ago I was like going real heavy. I was doing some rock and roll. So now I'm like kind of easing things back into basically a pick of music you can have on anywhere. This is Curtis.
It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You crack ass motherfuckers.
Jam bands.
And we just do it. Let's do that for 2 hours.
I don't like jam bands because I'm like, quit having so much fun.
Knock it off over
I'm like,
there.
you should be entertaining me with your songs, not just up there fucking around.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're like up there fucking around like it's you're just rehearsing.
What do you think this is? A fucking World's Fair? Wipe that smile off your face, motherfucker.
Yeah, get to work.
I'm the one that should be having fun here.
I'll be dancing. You get a serious face.
Yeah. You play your songs. Don't do.
You're not gonna. Don't be lifting your bass up and down. You get into the pocket. You finish the song. You end it. You put a stinger on it and do another one.
I don't want any solos. Nothing. Just play your music. Anyway. All right. If anybody,
it's fun, man. It's really fun.
Any of our listeners get struck by lightning, I'll let Ross shit in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That's a new one. All right. So Ross, tell me about these dogs.
You're gonna have people out there with like tent poles trying to get hit by lightning.
That's what it takes.
And you guys are famous for niggers too. Like you didn't do the touching tips.
I didn't know what you said.
I almost got struck by lightning right now.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't know what you said. I was glitching out.
I'm sorry. You're famous Welshers. How about that?
When you said that, I was like, start playing the bass.
Yeah, so you told somebody you'd touch tips between a $100 bill and they sent it in.
Yeah.
Did it.
Well, that was too easy. That was at the beginning. I didn't even. We didn't
know
know
I
who
think
was
about that a
listening,
lot.
Ross.
I do think about that a lot because I don't like welching on beds, and the fact that is the most egregiously. Like, we said that for months. We said we were going to do that.
Yeah, and also, that was back in the day where we totally misunderstood the audience size, and then we're like, oh, there's only 20,000 people that are downloading this podcast.
None of them have $100.
But I'm like, that's chump change compared to what they fucking tell me at the Clear Channel, the millions or whatever the hell the number is. And then I didn't realize 20,000 not a lot. I mean, it was like
Clear Channel's like NFL kickers. They're allowed to use their own ball for that kind of stuff.
So let's talk about these dogs. dogs, Ross?
Just I don't know. My in-laws have currently do and always have had dogs. Usually a pair of dogs, and they're always attack trained German Shepherds.
Okay.
You know, I've never had a pair of dogs, and I tell Andrea all the time, and I want a second dog for Dansby. I want a boy and a girl.
Okay, but a little pee-pee dog.
Yeah,
right?
but I want a pair. Like I have and I want to dress up like he's got the blue bow tie on, she's got the pink scarf on. Like I want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and I already got a name. I already got a name for it. Everything. Jazzy, little Jazzy Dennis.
I can't
That's
wait.
cute, actually.
You're full Osborne, just a house of pee-pee dogs.
100%.
They're going around. I like when you have to step over pee-pee pads to go through any doorway. I like that. I like to see you're barefoot on pee-pee pads.
But it's sad because you realize you're the only person walking in the house because I've just been sitting in the same chair for years. That's how sad it is.
So a pair of attack-trained German Shepherds.
Do they know the German commands and stuff?
I believe so.
Nice.
I believe it started like back in maybe like my father-in-law had to travel once in a while, and mother-in-law didn't feel safe like by herself because they always are like on a big piece of land, kind of off off of main road.
That was also more of a thing. I feel like I put that in the category of
old Florida.
There were times when men would buy their wife a pair of dogs, a security system, a handgun.
My dad bought my mom two Doberman Pinschers, a Prissy and Demon Doberman Pinschers.
That's like Jazzy and Dansby.
And then a Rottweiler after that. And they were all attack crazy. They would attack us. Actually put us our family more in danger.
Well, they say about don't they say that about having a handgun too? Right? Like you struggle, they usually go against you.
I'm like,
he took my gun and raped me.
So now you said you never even seen these dogs.
These dogs, yeah, and it's been I've been with my wife like more than 2 decades now. So this is the whole time. It's been multiple dogs, but in all that time, the dogs always. Now the earliest iterations when they lived in Georgia, they kind of had outside fencing, and I had seen those dogs, but never gone near them. Like never within. Biting distance for sure.
Yeah.
And now, like where they live now, they're off in an outbuilding, and I've never even seen them. They get fed at certain times. They get out to run around the farm for a little bit at certain times, but you better be in a different room when that happens.
Because like if you ran on the property and tried to enter the house and they were around, they will attack you.
My understanding is that they are programmed such that like they are used to my father-in-law and my mother-in-law being on the property, and any other upright bipedal being that is on the property needs to be on the ground until they're told to let it go, basically.
Oh man. And so it would
they'll shake you till your brains fall out, right? Oh my God.
Back in the radio days, I've done a lot of police dog
I watched
stunts.
What did you do? You jump a scooter over a dog or something?
Grave dogger.
But I was attacked by a police dog, and I remember and I've told the story before, but when that German Shepherd, the police dog, grabbed a hold of the arm, you wear the suit with the arm pad. It was shocking. Like for whatever reason, I'm like, it's a dog. I know it's 80 pounds or whatever, but I was like, I could just lift up 80 pounds,
Right.
And it like, how could it be that powerful?
It's so dense.
Its body, dude. It was shocking how
it's not 80 dead pounds.
Yeah.
It's 80 pounds of wiry muscle pulling and tearing and snarling and biting.
It pulled me, like it shook my arm down and then pulled me down like almost off my feet. And they told me like, stay on your feet because you don't want to get your head down there. So punch your head. So
it happens all the time.
I was like, God damn, like this thing is strong as hell. And then I couldn't even imagine it grabbing my bare forearm and just ripping it apart.
It happens every night. If you want to watch this, and you can test my theory, but on Live PD, that's now called On Patrol Live, they'll go to release the dogs. There's never been a time where when they release the dogs, the dog attacks where the person doesn't scream as high-pitched. It's crazy because like it hurts so bad. They'll get on the guy, and it's one of those, and they're always bloody wounds, but it never bleeds because it's so sharp and so strong that it's just that fat hanging. And then the guy's like, like high-pitched mega scream. Get it off. Oh, it's wild. Absolutely wild.
Just the idea of having animals that protect you, like
Cool.
it's like an olden days thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's weird to
Kings
me.
did, right?
Yeah. Like you actually have attack animals that will protect your property. Because most people, like Daniel, will have some peepee dogs or some other
dog.
Yeah. Or your dog won't attack anybody. I don't know, Lena. Like people broke into her old shit house and just robbed us. And
Well, these are my.
we don't just didn't do anything.
It's a companion dog though. Like this is my
she's a
little
friend
buddy. Yeah,
dog.
he snuggles up with me like a little loaf of bread.
Have you ever been attacked by an animal?
Just that police dog.
Under
but
controlled circumstances?
Yeah, under controlled circumstances. Never. And I've been bitten in the ass by a poodle when I was a. Like,
But that was a sex
What are
thing.
you, John Candy?
Well,
Right? Does this sound like something? Like, who gets bit in the ass by a poodle?
So in Miami, the house in front of my house across the street.
Is this a Spanish listener?
It was the house behind that house was my buddy Joe, I call Porno Joe's house. And so instead of going all the way around the neighborhood, we used to just go through the front neighbor's backyard, like just run through it. And then like back then, and in Miami, they have these coral like rock walls that separate properties that they built like back in the day, and it was just like coral that they pull up out of the ground rock.
Yeah,
and
is
then
it like that
they put
coquina rock?
Coquina, yeah, something like that. Because all in Miami, it's like all rock underneath. Like my friends can't do landscape.
I don't know all the names of this stuff. People
it's
are like,
rock.
that's coquina, that's Chattahoochee. This is like, what the hell are you talking about? It's a rock.
Yeah. But it's essentially that. And anyway, that was the wall we had to jump over, and then they had this.
How high? 4 feet? 6 feet?
No, it was probably I would say 4.5 to 5 feet,
Okay.
but like probably 4.5 feet, and then some people would put like a chain link fence on top.
Oh,
but,
that's classy.
So
It looks good when you do that.
we had to run
It's like a
through-
maximum security prison style.
we had to make it 20 feet and get on the other fence before the dog would run and get us.
That's kind of fun.
And it was kind of like Sandlot, where we just, and then we do it, and then one day I was getting on the coral rock or whatever, and then the dog bit my ass.
We scared? Did it scare you?
No, I was like,
So that's why you don't want dogs now.
Yeah. By the way, this is back in the day, you get bit by a dog, you tell your parents because you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't be running through. Anytime you get hurt, you never told your parents because you were always doing something.
I mean,
they told
not
you
if
not
it was
to do.
blood, yeah, because you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
jump your BMX bike behind Winn-Dixie and you scratch your face all up, you clean it up, and you go home. You don't talk to your mom about it.
But I'm just laughing. Like, imagine the current day, your kid gets bit by an animal and doesn't tell you. Like, it's absurd.
The amount of times, like, because growing up in Pennsylvania, I always had a pocket knife. The amount of times I cut my fingers seriously with a Swiss Army knife, because they were always sharp as hell, and
I'm
the
glad you
blade
mentioned
didn't
this.
lock. So they would always like slip
Yeah,
out of your
yeah,
cut
yeah,
the
yeah.
shit out of your finger. The amount of times I probably needed finger stitches and didn't get them.
Yeah.
I just did this
Because you don't
on
want to be yelled at.
The last time I went to the cabin, I just did this. Me and Maisie were out. I was like putting on some lure for fishing. I went to close my knife that I have on me now,
Yeah.
and I cut the. I was bleeding everywhere. Maisie's like, "Oh my god!"
So I'm glad you mentioned knives because Daniel asked me, he's like, hey, have you ever given?
Hey, you ever been stabbed?
No. You know what? I'll ask you. Has an old man ever given you a pocket knife?
Yeah, probably. I can't think, especially. But
I think
probably.
almost every man I know
definitely
that's
my grandpa.
a man.
Definitely
Yeah.
my dad.
Yeah,
No,
my-
definitely.
All men I know, you, me, your sons, like I think all men I know at some point, and I don't know if it's still a thing, but you said, did you give the knives to your boys?
Well, they've had knives. A listener actually sent knives to my sons, but the quintessential old man giving you a knife is usually an heirloom of some sort. My pop-up gave me my dad's knife.
Look at this one. Ross gave me a General Lee knife.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
And I don't carry it around, though, because I'm not a knife guy. I'd lose it for sure. And because it was my dad, so I just leave it at home.
I always carry a pocket knife just because it's
you've always
handy.
done that, yeah.
I've always kind of done that. But yeah, I always have this little Benchmade on me, and it's got like the little locking mechanism deal, and this is the one I cut the shit out of myself.
Just don't put your
with.
finger in the way when you close it.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're fine.
it's dirty too. Look at that. I used it and didn't put it away. But yeah, it was like, I think, is that still a thing?
I've got my grandpa's K-bar from World War II, which like I used to take camping, but then one day I was like pounding in a tent stake with it. I was like, My grandpa killed guys with this. And so I got a new one.
That's cool.
Yeah. Also, it's like you don't want it to, break it, or it's like.
This is an old school K-bar. The butt end is a hammer, so like that was not like out of its realm of possibility. But I was like, it's kind of he like slit throats with them. It's kind of disrespectful.
What's wrong? People lost our family members.
Yeah. Men lost their lives on this blade, and I'm just dink.
What are you doing? Cutting some limes for your margaritas with it? You do something really disrespectful.
You're at Fort Wilderness.
You're throwing it like in a poster of Dog the Bounty Hunter or something.
Just a pine tree.
Yeah. I guess when my sons get older, I will maybe pass my dad's knife down to them. But I
see, my dad did all that stuff with me, and I want to do those things with Maisie, but I don't think they have the same impact now. Like, I don't see a lane for me to do that. I'm even thinking about you calling your boys in and then talking to them about that and then handing them the knives. I can't. It's very difficult for me to imagine that.
Max is emotional. He'll
get it.
He will emotionally tie that emotion to the thing, like my wife does too. That's why she hoards so much stuff because everything's every thing that she hoards has
a little bit of magic.
Has some emotion attached to it. That's why they have to look at it before they throw it away or some shit. And
me and that a Police song? Every little thing she hoards is magic.
Me and Tommy don't have that. In fact, if I looked for my dad's knife and couldn't find it, I'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Well, I didn't like it anyway.
I just detached. I have no emotion attached to it.
Well, I think that can be helpful though, because there are some people that if you lost something like that, it would ruin their month.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of leaky energy. I don't think that's good either. But yeah, it's funny because I was trying to think if I've got a couple of them, but a lot of them are ceremonial and I don't use them. So I don't know if that's going to continue to be a thing. I don't know if the modern day pocket knife, other than blue collar guys, I don't know if most kids or young boys are itching to carry a pocket knife. I was.
Well,
I wanted to carry a pocket knife. It's like, oh, you got to have a pocket knife.
There's so many places that you can't take it
Correct.
into. Like if you have that in your Magic game and the shit, and then they're like, oh, you have to leave it. No, so now you lost it. So it's like
no, they make you get a locker, dude.
Or they
make you take it back to your car.
Or you just go put it in a planter outside. I've done that before. Yeah.
In fact, I bet you walk around the stadium and look at the plants. You can find
full
a lot
of
knives,
with a metal
vape pens.
detector. That's a great fucking idea, dude. Not a bad idea. With the secret one that's crazy is Disney. They'll see you bigger than shit. That's the one they got me, and they made me. I had to buy a locker and then put it in there, and it was in a kiosk that didn't even look like lockers. It was so clever. They're like, oh, they know people are gonna have knives, so they're like, oh yeah, we made this into a knife locker.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, you guys are planning for everything.
So tell me about this Catfish documentary.
Well, what's interesting about this, I'll start here. It's not your standard catfishing documentary. It's on Netflix, and the name of the actual documentary is called Unknown Number: The High School Catfish, and it's truly the most bizarre and vulgar catfishing messaging I've ever seen. But what I found...
So was it done to a guy or a girl?
It was done to multiple victims, a guy and a girl and a few other people. But what I found interesting is the entire documentary, the kids that were the subject of the actual attack, the catfishing problem, are playing themselves. It's weird.
Are they doing
reenactments?
They're doing reenactments and playing themselves.
Yeah.
Do you remember
it was weird for me to see it like that because it was like
that's interesting. So it's a reenactment, but with the actual people that got catfished.
Yeah, like for instance, if they were doing a scene where one of the characters is a popular football playing boy named Owen, let's say, right? So they'd have him in his football outfit, like sitting on his bed, holding his phone, like pretending to type on his phone. And I was like, that is something I don't think, in watching a lot of this stuff, I don't think I've ever seen.
Usually it's a sit-down interview, and they're just interviewing them on a couch or something, and now they're asking them to... Now, my mom texted me because she listens to the show, and she heard we were going to talk about this, and she loved this documentary, and she told me to watch it.
Oh, it's so good, dude. But it's vulgar.
She was like, why? She's like, I can't figure out why the person, the actual catfisher... that was in here, was that in the documentary tbe, and then
why she did it,
and then I was like, I believe they probably paid her. They paid these people now, like Netflix or whoever put on they'll be like, hey, will you do this documentary? Here's this check, and then they're, they need the money, and they'll be like, fuck it, I'll do it, even though they look horrible, but they'll do it for who knows how much, I don't know.
Within a couple of clicks, you can ruin the whole story if you want to. If you don't want to know more, then I would probably fast forward a little bit. But my point is with this, yes, I think you are correct. What made it weird, though, is that you get the picture. It is the entire story. There is no wondering. There is no questioning. There is no,
both sides are presented.
It is, but it's like to have the actual humans that were involved in the documentary I don't know where I stand on it yet.
Do you remember Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
And they would present some dude who walked out his door and disappeared forever
with Robert Stack.
And they would do reenactments with actors, but every once in a while they would announce the part of the victim is being played by the actual victim. And it was always a super big deal when they did that.
Yeah. So that's why maybe this is almost a nostalgia thing for me. I didn't think I'd ever seen this before. Chat room says, and Melissa says there is no, quote, both sides. Yes, you're correct. There is a good side and a bad side. There's no true both sides. There's no meeting in the middle on this. But I thought that the documentary, without giving it away, was one of the most complete ones because you get to hear from the fucking person.
Yeah.
And you never get to hear from the fucking person.
And there's never really a good reason because we all that don't understand this kind of thing or what motivates this is why'd you do it? And then, of course, why they did it is they're just insane or they're mentally ill.
Illness.
And then but we want to know why, an actual reason.
Well, there's some twists in this that you don't expect, and this person does some things that you're only the most horrible people would do. But it's awesome. I feel horrible for everybody that's involved, and but here's the other thing too: is it seems like at the end of the day, all parties that were involved, everything's fine, everybody's back together, and it's good, no big deal. Yeah, and I'm that is weird.
It's back to Jizzerton Road and our hovercraft, right? Where you want it to be real so bad. You want the free hovercraft so bad that you're not even listening to all the clues of how it's bullshit, right? The Jizzerton Road, you said you had a jizz crack, all the time you said jizz. It's your brain gets past that because you're I just need the hovercraft. And then it's for this. I just
got to get past all these red flags.
Yeah.
And the hovercraft's right there.
It's weird what your own brain will do to you when you want something to be true. So we all look at these things, and I watched that football player that got catfish, and we've heard all these stories about people getting tricked.
I didn't feel as bad for him, and maybe that's because he's a dude, but I didn't. I didn't feel as bad.
The Nigerian, the scam of the rich prince, and
what was the one, Sweet Bobby or Sweet Ronnie, the one on that was on Netflix?
Whether it's money or sex or whatever is that or hovercraft, it's your
cupcakes.
Your brain will ignore all these red flags and warning signs to get to that. And for those of us who say, that could never happen to me, in some way, I think it already has. For
you're
sure.
You're just blind to what your hook is.
Guess what? We do this with lightning. When we're waiting for an hour, and when the risk of getting struck is minuscule, and we're just wait it out 1 hour. It's 30 miles away. Jesus.
Boy, I can't believe that rant struck twice in the same place. It's
the same thing as catfishing. We're looking past the goddamn math.
The odds of Powerball are already the exact same as getting catfish. It's the exact same odds.
Which would you rather be, catfished or win the Powerball?
Or catfish. Wait, no.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, first answer. I got to stick to it.
Yeah, and so, but again, it's only a documentary because the level of which these people got catfished, I didn't see it, but I imagine is so absurd that it's entertaining.
It's the most absurd. It's the most absurd catfish thing I've watched the show on MTV. I watched a lot of that, and I've watched all the ones that were on Netflix, the Mata Te'al one.
Yeah. Montai Te'al.
Yeah, or however you say his name. But I've watched all of those, and this one is the most bizarre and craziest one. And I like that you can tie a little bow on it. Other good watching that I want to point out to people, and this one's you're going to have to go back to old network TV if you want to watch this, but this is going to be insane, is Corey Feldman is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
I thought this was fake when I saw, because now there's so much fake stuff. I saw Corey Feldman and and then I'm like, nah. I scrolled past because I was like, no way.
Is it April 1st?
Yeah. I thought
I'm going to watch this harder than anything I've ever watched in my life.
I will actually watch this too.
I'm going to watch it live, dude, because remember, this show, if he goes far enough, they get to the live rounds. Trust me, he'll get to the live rounds. Don't you think they're going to try and hold on to him as long as humanly possible?
Will they
exploit his
limited
intellect?
Will they exploit him and make him
They're
dance?
going to go full R-word on him. They are.
Will they make
full
him
R-word? They are.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to do it.
Dance like Michael Jackson, do the whole thing, right? And they're all going to be laughing at him.
There's no rules anymore, man. There's a company that used yesterday, Shine Clothing used an AI-generated picture of Luigi Mangione as an ad for their new shirt line.
Hilarious.
There's no rules anymore. They're gonna make him look crazy dumb, and it's gonna be awesome.
By the way, after this week's ACT, the new R word is Cookie Monster.
So now we've all seen him on stage doing his performance and then dancing, like mimicking Michael Jackson and stuff.
He's the comeback king.
And it's horrible.
Here comes the comeback king.
But do you think
here he comes the comeback?
Because they
better or worse than David Lee Roth that we watched the other day?
Yeah.
More entertaining because I feel I'd rather watch Corey.
I feel like Corey's risen to a terrible plateau, whereas David Lee Roth has dropped to the same one. It's kind of a
He
wash.
can kind of dance, right?
Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
I mean, he can flail about.
He Michael Jackson dances.
He has experience performing, which is a lot, sometimes more than any other contestants with Dancing with the Stars. But they've also taken contestants that was self-proclaimed couldn't dance before and trained them. I mean, Adam Carolla was on it. You know what I'm saying? And he's pretty much stiff.
A big dumb oaf.
Yeah, stiff. And he talks about like not eating, and he got through it pretty well. I've watched clips of him, and it's like, oh, so do you think they train him to not look so goofy, or do you think they lean on the fact
they try? Does he do it?
Okay.
That's like, does he go and do the hour? Because they'll set him up with the coach and hours in the room and whatever. Does he like arrive on time and pursue it and do it, or does he just like show up and be like, "I'm Corey Feldman, I'll do what I do"?
No, I think he
that
takes
would be great.
Extra serious.
Oh, you think?
I think he takes it extra serious, and I think
can't even do that.
Every time he dances, I feel like they weave in. You're going to see him do one dance that is an homage to Goonies.
Sure.
He's going to do one. I'm
Lost Boys.
Yeah, he's going to do a. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're the producer. We might as well be writers for this stupid show. They're going to do a Lost Stand By Me. They're going to do a little Stand By Me action. Stand By Me. Then he's going to do a little Michael Jackson tribute. He's going to throw a couple fedoras. It's going to be fucking awesome.
For the finale, he brings the girls out, and they're like his backing
Angels?
band while he dances.
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, he works in. This is my wish. I'm taking it back.
Yeah. And then a squid is there's an octopus slapping him. Yeah. Hey, you guys!
I didn't even know Dancing with the Stars was still even on. And that until I saw that, I thought it was a fucking joke. And then I was like, oh man, still on. And now it's the scraping the bottom of the barrel.
And didn't something recently happen with him where he's like super sad or something happened?
He still tours around because I still see him pop up on reels doing something that the whole crowd is laughing at.
What happened to his documentary where he's going to drop the molestation?
That's what I was about to say. Like every 3 months, he announces that he's going to tell everybody who the big pedophiles in Hollywood are, name names, and then he just he rides that for a week and then he's gone.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna do it on Dancing with the Stars. What if he's what if he starts dancing? He's like, wait. They're like, what? He's going rogue. Cut the commercial. He's like, here's a list of pedophiles.
Yeah, he get they're spinning around. He dips the girl and he goes, now here's the Epstein list. And he just starts saying names.
That would be fantastic.
Wow.
I'm on it. Whoa, didn't even see that. Kind of makes sense though, because if it happens to you, you do it to someone else.
Yeah, passing it forward.
Or maybe one day he has a bad dance and he knows it and he knows he's gonna be voted off and he's like, if you guys vote me back, I'll name names.
You're right. Yeah. I was just keep holding it.
Before we go to break, can we do just real quick because we're kind of smorgasbording? Can we do a callback from Reddit?
I thought you were reaching for Mr. Snarts, and I was so excited.
No, not yet. But he's coming. He's coming. I am working on something
Excellent.
with Snarts.
Excellent.
Remember when you had told a story about, this was weeks ago, where you told a story about Eminem not knowing about internet porn?
Yeah, and essentially it was just so happened he got famous around, like, he grew up poor, obviously, you know Eminem's story, and so he didn't have technology, and then he got famous around the time it was transitioning, the world was transitioning to the internet, and he was so guarded because he got so famous that he lived,
and it was rapid fire.
He lived in a bubble, and then, like, he found out about internet porn way later than the rest of society. It was that kind of,
it wasn't MTV. We had said MTV Cribs is what it was. It wasn't MTV Cribs, but some listeners on Reddit actually wanted us to walk through this to tell them, and it's really funny because I did look up the actual quote of what happened. It was an 2009 Complex magazine article. That's a hip-hop magazine, and Eminem admitted that he wasn't very tech-savvy. He still bought porn on DVDs. When his interviewer, whose name was Noah, mentioned, hey, quote, there's a lot of free porn on the internet, Eminem's reaction was genuinely, like, he was like, what? What are you talking about? Eminem says, quote, oh, is there? Maybe I should get on the internet. And then the interviewer says, there's something called Spankwire. And Eminem goes, really? I know what I'm doing the rest of the day. That's what Eminem
It was like when we told Bubba about internet porn. Like, we like around the same time, 09 and like 07 or whatever, whenever me and Daniel.
I remember that quote. He's like, really? I know what I'm doing the rest of the day.
We would tell Bubba all the new sites. He's like, oh, shit, you write it all down. He was the only, like,
That's
you know, in the
hilarious.
generation above us that was interested, and he'd come in and be like, hey, you got any new sites where, like, X videos just came out?
Yeah.
And he'd write it down.
You're making me a little sad
Yeah.
because in my wife's now bathroom in her home office, in the original Tom and Dan studio bathroom,
Yeah.
there's an original signature from the first time Bubba was on this show. And you know what he wrote? Hitani Tanaka. And Hitani Tanaka is a huge-breasted Japanese porn star. Like, she has the biggest titties in the world.
Yeah.
He loved Hitani Tanaka.
But we literally told
Yeah.
Bubba about internet porn, and then he's like,
Loved it.
and then it blew his
He
mind.
loved it. We
And then
ruined so
got-
many laptops of his.
Well, then we put fucking what was that one?
Lemonparty.com. We'd put we'd go to the
These
worst.
are old men gay porn.
Yeah, we go to what was that one?
Tub Girl?
We did
Tub
Tub
Girl
Girl.
The
for
Lemon
a
Party
while.
one where the
Lemon
guy's
Par-
bouncing.
No, that
and
was
then it's-
Meat Spin.
Oh, Meat Spin.
We do
Okay.
meatspin.org.
That was
like,
good because it would give you the counter for
yeah,
how long it
and
is.
we put it on, and he's like, goddamn Meat Spin! And he'd be so mad, and it's just a dude sitting on a cock while his dick whips in a circle. It's really impressive.
We put it on as, which, by the way, would be considered, you get fired nowadays as a corporation.
Yeah.
You put that on your coworkers'
Do you
computer.
know how many coworkers I meat spin?
I
How many
know.
do you think you did? I Tiffany,
Oh, yeah,
Jimmy, Russ multiple times.
Yeah.
I meat spinned Russ.
Yeah.
It's uncountable how many times I put it
No,
on that guy.
there would be a counter on it.
Yeah, the amount of shit we did, we get
It
fired
was
for.
like
He's
20,000 meat spins for that
Yeah.
guy.
If you went to HR, you'd be like, this guy put
Yeah.
porno on my computer, and when I opened it, it was playing. Like, you'd be instantly fired.
I wrote emails from other people's email accounts to salespeople saying, I have hemorrhoids.
You did it to me. Remember? I left my email open, and then they sent out to all sales department
the whole everybody.
about things that I could promote, because the salespeople are like, "Hey, give us a list of things you can promote so we can go out there and sell it." And then I think Daniel was all sales department like hemorrhoid cream and like a whole bunch of like boner
Little
pills,
dick condoms.
extra small, whole thing, send it out.
Extra small condoms.
And then they would laugh at it. Like the management would laugh. You got him good.
But
different time.
on that list was Oreo Cakesters, and that one came to fruition. And that worked out for you.
That
so.
is, and I thanked them for that.
Oh my God.
Better time. Different and better. Just let everybody do what they want. Except for, do it to the guys.
And to be fair,
leave the girls alone.
to be fair, you got pretty far in talks with Little Dick Condoms, but things that ultimately
Yeah,
not.
we got close. We got really, really close.
All right, let's take a break.
Oh.
When we come back, we'll do some voicemails, some emails.
Yeah, there's a couple of other little things on here I wanted to mention to you guys.
I might
too.
play pinball while y'all do that.
Do it. Yeah, get on that. The name of the artist is Goldie Bouteille. Name of the song is King of Possibilities.
O-Town's #1 rock station, Z159 FM. Right. Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Oh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
Really sorry. There is lightning within 10 miles. We have to shut the podcast down. We're going to have to turn everything off, get under the desks.
Breaking news and emergency. Rather, emergency, not breaking news. Ross and I want to go and spend an afternoon at an illegal Florida gambling casino.
Please.
Namely, like one of the ones that Sheriff Ivan, whatever his name is, from Osceola County.
Any crooked sheriff, really.
And, well, he was running it.
Yeah,
taking a cut.
for sure.
Grady Judges busted one this morning. It was Operation Bad Odds. And they busted 48 illegal gambling machines. Some were video poker. I know we have a listener that knows where one of these is, and me and Ross want to go play illegal poker.
We'll go with you.
Yeah.
We'll buy the drinks.
I'll hook you up.
We'll buy the drinks.
100-mile radius of illegal poker. I'll go.
Now, I think, and I could be wrong, but this is like Asian massage parlors that do happy endings, right? So that's illegal.
I don't think you're allowed to jerk off on the slot machine.
You can come on the slot machine.
Yeah.
My God.
No, but what
Do
I
they
mean,
show their tits?
Because the guy at the Hard Rock explained to me, the way he explained to me was that you can't do that.
What I mean
I'm going to
by
need
that,
the slot machine to show its tits.
I think
some of them do.
There's a lot of these slot machines because you could do it legally. Like you could have a legal massage parlor, right? And that's legal. But you can't give happy endings. That's illegal, right? So you could have a room full of slot machines, but they have to go by the letter of the law and not be I don't know.
That's right. Thank you, Tom, for outlining what we don't fucking want. Me and Dan want a line on one of these illegal-ass fucking gaming rooms where like a giant dude in a bowler hat slides a little thing on the door over and goes, tick, and you have to say, coconut shrimp, and then he opens the door and lets you in to illegally gamble.
You know why it's illegal? I think it's because of the rake, right? It's because the house is taking a cut of the gambling.
Yes.
I don't think it's illegal to have a table game in there that just, if it were just for fun, it's not illegal. But
or you put in the money and then you give the money to all the players and you're not taking a rake.
Right.
Then,
I think it's the rake that gets you into trouble.
Yeah. And then, but without the rake, why are you even doing it? You need the rake.
Well, maybe because there's certain bingo games I'm aware of, or not bingo, trivia games I'm aware of where every team coughs in $5 a player, and then first gets this much, second gets that much, and then the house that gets nothing, but you're in there drinking.
Yeah, and then the
you're
actual,
in there drinking, having
place,
some nachos.
The place pays the host to put it on, and then they just distribute the money. Yeah. But if the host took that money, and by the way, you can still take the money. No, the gambling police won't get you until. Same thing with the. That's why I said Asian massage parlors is like a lot of places are doing it. And then I feel like we all know that they're doing like any place that says massage on the outside.
So when does it get out of control? When you get a network? When it gets big, like 48 machines?
They just randomly, I think, either like
greedy.
If a cop's involved or it gets too big, they'll shut them down, or they'll shut a couple down randomly to make a news to scare everybody into submission a little bit or get out of control.
Well, somebody ratted on old Sheriff because he was taking a cut in Osceola County. Sheriff Ivan, I'm blanking on his last name, but
Ivan Jackanoff.
He was getting a sizable cut, which means somebody that was under him ran their mouth because he had the best thing going. Nobody was ever going to find those because he was under his jurisdiction. He was still like, no, nothing to see here.
Some guy gambled
Marco
up a
Lopez.
shitload of debt and couldn't get out from under it and was like, you know what, this is all illegal. I'll just go tell the cops about it.
Like I think we could have one of these slot machines in here, right?
Okay.
And
I like the way you're talking.
We could also have a masseuse that gives you happy endings in here as well.
Is it next to the slot machine?
It's in a different room. You have privacy.
I want to be playing the slot machine while she's jacking me off is really what I want. I want a happy...
And we could be advertising that we have this to our listeners, and they'll come by and do this. And there's a higher chance than, I would say, 60 to 70% that we would never get caught. We could do this until the
How long can we do it?
Well, until
you're gonna have somebody jack your listeners off onto an illegal short slot machine, and you think no consequences?
Tracy says she's not selling sponsorships for this. I thought you were going to be jacking people off, Tracy.
Yeah. Well, we need to someone to start it.
Yeah, and I'm Slot Machine Dad is what they call me. So look, guess what you are? Sorry, I called it. Slot Machine.
And it's just we hear the story of them getting busted, so we think the chance of getting busted are way higher.
Well, they got sloppy, and if there's one thing I know, Tom and Dan ain't sloppy.
It's just there's lots. It's same thing with like getting illegal drugs across the border. Like you hear about a big bust, and like they busted 10,000 pounds, kilos of cocaine trying to go through the border.
Right.
And then it's like,
but there's still cocaine available.
And then they did 1 out of 10,000 that they busted. It's like, so I think that's where it goes with everything.
I got an idea.
What?
Slot machine, illegal slot machine, then a legal poker machine. Then we do masseuse table massages, and we pair it with promescent boner spray.
Spray.
You spray your boner, and then jack you
And
off.
the masseuse's like, this is taking too long. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's home with a 1 hour jack off.
They want it to go fast.
59 minutes of jack off.
In fact, if it takes too long, they'll just stop, I think. And they'll be like, you
Will
still have
they?
to pay me. Yes. They will not go.
You have a mythical problem. I should have done the voice.
They will.
Yeah.
I've heard from people that have done this. They will say this is taking. You have a certain window of time, and if it takes longer than that, that's it.
That's
and
what she
have
told
to pay.
you.
Yeah. It's like Volcano Hot Pot up here. It's like Volcano Hot Pot. They have a sign at the table where you're sitting there. It's like, you 90 minutes, you out.
Yeah. We have to turn this. Turn and burn.
Yeah, you know.
Let's do some voicemails.
All right. Voicemail messages. If you'd like to leave one, you can do so by calling the number 1-844-TOMNDAN, or get our app, which I believe everything's working now. Thanks to Matthew for putting in extra time this week. Really working hard to try and get the app in a better place.
By the way, if you want an app for your business, Mr. Matt Fred at gmail.com. He's awesome and save you money, because if you go to a big company and ask for one, you will pay a lot.
Yeah, and I'd also like to preface this, too, by saying our app is very, 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 very old. Matthew did not build that originally, and he's had to do a lot of extra work for it. If he were starting from scratch to build you an app, a lot easier than what he's doing for us. Yeah. He has a lot of hefty lifting, so thank you, Matthew.
And
appreciate you, man.
You should be able to always get our show through Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Now, BDM Show is the reason why we have the app, so it's more convenient for BDM.
But if you need the RSS, email me, please. I'll hook you up. I'll do whatever I can to get you up and running.
If you're a BDM and you have an Android phone and the app's sketchy sometimes, just email us, because we'll send you the RSS feed. You have to be a current subscriber to our BDM program, and then we'll send you our RSS feed, and then you can listen to shows just as a way around, because you want the BDMs to be able to listen to shows.
What's RSS stand for, Tom?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good question, which I've asked myself before, and I was too embarrassed to ask Daniel what it stands for.
But I'm
going to guess.
Really simple syndication.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Would you think I was just making something up? I would have made up something funny.
It's dumb. I remember, because I remember one day I had a moment where I was like, what does RSS stand for?
Yeah.
I looked it up, and I was like, really simple syndicate. Fuck
That's
you.
stupid.
I like that one.
I was going to go with reticulated.
Reticulated
snake shit.
Semi-masteral Sazamaraz.
Cinnamon start with an
He
S?
turns into a Huggy Bear pimp. All right, let's do. Well, this one kind of ties into. I think this one kind of ties into gambling a little bit.
Hey, Tom and Dan, when are you guys going to start doing like a baseball charity 50-50 during your streams, or like on the Friday Free show?
Why don't we do a 50-50 during the stream? That's a great effing idea. 50 comes to us, 50 goes to the winner. 50-50. We ain't doing no fucking charity 50-50.
Slot it in next to the, poker or whatever. Sure.
Yeah, well,
50-50. I love a 50-50.
I just become a bookie, because I can get a website and just start promoting it here. Go to this website, I'll be your bookie. It's free money. The 50-50 free money. The gambling. It's
There's never been a better time to do these type of businesses because there are no rules anymore.
Right.
Have you looked outside? Everything, it's anything goes.
Well,
It's like with weed. The minute there's like, a doctor that'll prescribe you weed for like no questions asked, there's weed everywhere. And now you can bet on your fucking phone wherever you are here in Florida. So gamble crazy.
Well, once they started selling the weed drinks at Winn-Dixie, I'm like, there's no. I'm taking the shit everywhere. International.
Winn-Dixie.
Weed. It's true.
Winn-Dixie's the only place you can get a fucking money order.
Yeah. You could buy THC beverages now at grocery stores, at every ABC and Fine Wine, and it's like that Delta 9 is. The floodgates are open. No one gives a shit. Tell me, Winn-Dixie. Anyway,
there's that place downtown. They got a bar. They'll serve you THC drinks. They'll sell
that's
you
Chronic
a pre-roll.
Guru.
Yeah, you don't know if you want to say it.
No, it's fine. We like.
I've been trying to get Mr. Guru's money for a while.
Hey, Chronic Guru man, his name is Cronny.
Yeah,
Cronny.
Cronny.
Yeah. Like we've decided to
Cronald Guru.
I don't think he'll advertise with you guys because you're not interracial porn.
He can't do it
But
anymore.
I like interracial porn.
He lost that when Pornhub left, so now he has no marketing.
But we can give him that back.
Yeah, I know.
We are Orlando's Pornhub.
That's what I tried to say about Tracy's been emailing him.
Tracy, send him pictures of you know what. He likes porn.
Anything goes.
Yeah, come on, Tracy. Just, do what you got to do. Massage him.
They do an open mic on Tuesdays, and I've been there for open mic before a couple of times. And it's a good room. Everybody's way too stoned for comedy. It's hilarious that they're too stoned to laugh. But he'll come by every once in a while, and it's always funny. Like, people are like, oh, my God, it's that guy. I got to get a picture with him. And then they realize, wait a minute, did I just let everybody know I know him because I watch porn? Yes, I did.
Ain't that right, Allie?
Yeah. Well, I only know Allie.
Yeah. I look at her, I'm like, oh, what would she look like naked? Because that's how horny I am when I'm on that site. By the way, even the old grandmas on the right-hand side of any of the old porn websites where it's a shapely grandma who's super tan that's got big fake tits. You know what I'm talking about. It's a shapely grandma, and she's got no bush.
All right.
Everybody knows the no
They're
bush
in your
grandma.
area, and they want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have a problem, Tom, and this is your fault. I blame you for this problem.
Okay.
The Pukes of Hazard thing is out of control.
Oh, we got a bunch of contestants that have a Pukes of Hazard story.
Should we do it? Let's because it would make it easier, I think, if we just do it. Like Shark Week is done.
Yeah. We did a decade of Shark Week.
Yeah. But Pukes of Hazard, and it seems
hundreds
like,
of stories.
It seems like people have more puking stories than they even do shitting stories.
It's less embarrassing though. That's why the Shark Week was so popular. Pukes of Hazard would be less embarrassing, but we can do it once, and we will do it on a BDM show.
What if we do periods? What if we do a spotting? Blood.
Train spotting.
There it is. This guy's a goddamn genius.
That's good.
Pukes of Hazard and train spotting.
Okay. There you go.
All right, we'll do one for your Pukes of Hazard, one train spotting, and just email us your stories.
And Diarrhea Wednesdays.
People are like, I can't listen.
Like, why?
Oh, God, we ruined it.
Why do you even broadcast?
Tom, for $1 million, could you spell diarrhea?
I mean, there's an H in there. That's what throws me off.
The H throws me off too. Do you know I spell it differently every single time I spell it?
I couldn't.
Diarrhea.
It's like Asian. Diarrhea. You say it like a German, right?
Diarrhea.
All right, let's do another one. Here's Pukes of Hazard. It's your fault.
What's up, Tom and Dan? It's the Barry Joe again, Monday evening, heating up some canned chili. But I've got the first submission for Pukes of Hazard. I showed up to sell high-end suits so hungover that I threw up in the trash can in the middle of a mall. Yeah.
So that's back when DeBerry Joe was selling suits in the mall. He showed up hungover.
High-end suits.
High-end suits.
High-end suits in the DeBerry Mall.
This is a good idea. He took him 7 seconds to make us all laugh. That was a great story. Well done, DeBerry. I miss you, buddy.
You're in the DeBerry Mall buying a high-end suit from DeBerry Joe. Okay, I need this record.
What is a high-end suit?
Yeah, like where's
To me,
the
it's
bar?
Purple. It's purple, right?
Yeah.
Like a purple suit.
It's like not a London Seville Row bespoke suit. Obviously, like we're under that bar, but it's above like a K&G warehouse. I'm guessing, like somewhere.
I have to admit something to you guys. I'd like to think of myself, through the years of having decent style. I've been through my patches where you fall off, but I have always had a big baggy Trump suit. Every suit I've ever had is a big baggy.
Yes.
Everyone, all of them, because I think it's my size. I need to go and get measured correctly and have a tailor make a suit. Like, what's your waist? What's the size of your thighs?
Sure.
What's the size of your legs? What's the size of your chest and your neck? And make everything custom. And because if you see,
you're getting a cut-off regular suit.
I'm getting a bago, a big fat bago.
And you need to get, you know what suit. But you're right. If it's not custom made, no matter what, even shit. When we bought suits for the Orlando
City, the best
City,
we could do.
They were $1,000 a piece.
$1,000 a piece,
which is not even that expensive for a high-end suit. But at the time,
Kramer was making fun of. We came in here thinking we were big shit, and Kramer's like $1,000. Who died in this coffin? That's some fucking bullshit.
Well, meanwhile, to Barry Joe, like a high-end suit for him is $250. So like you gotta.
Everybody's got a different budget, and we thought we needed to kind of upscale it because
I never wore that suit since the Orlando City.
I've worn it a bunch.
There was no reason. Like, I have no occasion.
I got my money's worth of mine. Every wedding, and my pants are only this big.
But how many weddings you go to?
I went to 4, I think, with it.
After this age? God damn.
Yeah.
Because people stopped getting married when I was in mid-30s or whatever. 10 years ago. I haven't been to a wedding in over 10 years.
Yeah, I haven't been in a minute. I've been to a couple remarries or older people getting married again.
I refuse to go to those.
It'll come in handy for you, though, when like Max and Tommy need a suit to go to something in the future. Because like I was forever wearing my dad's suits. I didn't have a suit as a kid. I just go get something out of my dad's closet.
It just
never did. My dad took me because he wore so many suits. This is funny because my dad wore so many suits. He took me and got me a suit. Yeah. Well, JCPenney's. He didn't have a suit guy. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money, so he just took me to the JCPenney place and we got it off the rack and they hemmed the shit out of it.
But nowadays, like even funerals have gotten a lot more casual. Like in the past, probably 3 or 4 funerals I've been to, it's always been like just like a button-down shirt. Like no one really wants you to wear a suit.
Last funeral I went to, that guy was like 20 minutes late.
It wasn't.
I support that.
And you don't have to wear black like you used to. Like I remember the first funeral, I'm like all black shoes, thinking,
oh my god, black tie, black shirt. Hey, you look like a bouncer downtown.
Well, as a kid in my 20s, I thought that this is what you had to do as an adult, and then I realized like, oh yeah, and the older you get, the less black you wear. You're just wearing like a Tommy Bahama shirt.
Is this a Chris Rock bit?
The older you get, man,
the less black you wear.
It's crazy. You wear white, you wear Tommy Bahama now. Let's try this one right here.
Hey, Tom and Dan. My wife is a nerd with genealogy stuff, and that's her cool thing, whatever. And so she's looking up people she's related to, and then she finds some this and that, and then she's playing this recording of Boots, and I'm like, I've heard this before recently. I heard it on Tom and Dan, I think, with Crespo in some zombie movie. And then she's like, yeah, this is my, I don't know, my cousin, my grandparent, some in between with it. And so...
It's my first cousin, 4 times removed, which means his grandfather is my 4 times great-grandfather.
Don't shout in my ear, but I'm like, yo, that's a trip. I heard that on Tom and Dan and them Boots and Steel Toe, Red Wing, Rachel's.
Man, they get blasted, don't they? They're happy. You guys are having fun. So, I hope you guys fucked after that.
This guy's wife's 4th cousin's grandpa wrote the Boots marching.
Wasn't it
28 years later?
Rudyard Kipling? What? How do you say it?
Yeah, it was an
Rudyard Kipling?
Old poem or something.
Yeah.
They turned into. They used it in the movie.
I like that he explained all of that, and we're so stupid. We're like, I don't know. There's some guy called in. He's his cousins. There's a guy with the boots.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So she's related to Rudyard Kipling.
I think so.
The name Rudyard Kipling never came up during that.
Oh, no, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. That's what I just said.
Boots is a poem by Rudyard Kipling.
Oh, it is Rudyard?
Yeah.
God, I can't say his name. But I think that's what she meant, is that her 4th removed great grand cousin, grandfather, whatever, is
Kipling.
Yeah, Kipling.
Although there's a lot of hearsay mixed in all this stuff, the genealogy and family legends and stuff, like where it's like, who is that I don't know.
Haven't we done this before where, and I'll put the
What?
call out right now, and I'll put even a more, I'll give it $1,000 radius, or 1,000-mile radius on it. Who is the listener? Do we have any listener that, other than the Kenny Rodgers guy, that's related to somebody famous?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there is. We put this out a long time ago when we got the Kenny Rodgers guy.
That's a good
Kenny
one.
Rodgers was his uncle. Was his
Yeah,
uncle or something?
yeah,
And then
that's
he
very-
used to go
that's
over his
very
house.
good.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
have
great
a
one.
famous great granddad. Write in and Tom will let me piss in his asshole.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
But it's got to be
It's got to
A-list movie
sneak up
star.
on him, though.
Any
I
celebrity.
feel it's going to be hard to piss in a grandpa's ass. You have to sneak up on him. You have to be.
If your granddad's been if he's led a local parade or anything, let us know. I will piss in Tom's face.
You want to do one more?
All right, yeah.
Let's do this one right here.
Hey guys, I was listening to a corporate time from the 11th, and Tom was talking about how nobody actually plays footsie under the table. I got two really cool stories. The first one goes back to the 90s. I was in Key West. I think it's Fantasy Fest. I'm at my friend's house, and they're having a big party. There's tons of ecstasy. There's tons of cocaine. They have a hot tub. And I'm hooking up with this girl, and we're in the hot tub together, and she's sitting on my lap. Now, I'm on a lot of ecstasy, and I cannot talk. And she's on a lot of cocaine, and she cannot shut up. But she's sitting on my lap. She's like, oh, and my parents don't understand me, and my friends don't understand me, and blah, blah, blah. And there's a couple other people in the hot tub. There's a really cute girl sitting across from me, and my leg brushes up against her leg, and maybe it was on accident, maybe it was on purpose. I don't know. Let's just say it was on purpose. So she grabs my leg, and I was like, uh-oh, and she puts it between her legs, and she starts grinding herself. And
I'm getting a little hard. It's like an audio. It's like Penthouse Forum a little bit.
I'm staring at her. She's staring at me, and neither of us have changed our facial expression.
You can't.
And
you gotta play it cool.
The girl, sitting on my lap is like blah 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 and blah 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 blah, and I'm just staring at this girl. She's staring at me, and I guess she finishes and then gets out of the tub, and I never saw her again. But it was super hot.
Okay, that's the first story.
You're in an ecstasy hot tub.
I'm
talking about
what's supposed to happen.
I'm talking about at a dinner table and you're sitting there proper, and then
What if you're eating your dinner in the ecstasy hot tub?
Mr. Falker is sitting at the end, and then his daughter's rubbing your.
Normally, it's his wife doing it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do the full trope, it'd be like Mr. Falker. Then there'd be the hot heiress, Mrs. Falker. Mrs. Falker is sort of a sex kid and older MILF.
Yeah.
You're dating her daughter.
She kicks off her high heel.
Yeah, she kicks off her
and
high
she's
heels
rubbing
and
your-
takes her stocking and starts smooshing your balls and rubbing the shaft of your cock with her toes, right? We all know that. Then she takes her, if she's like Andrea, she takes her big toe and her middle toe and she grabs the head of your cock.
Oh, that's a ninja job.
That's called the shinobi.
The second one is even weirder.
There's another one.
So years later, I'm at my house. We're celebrating Thanksgiving. My brother is there with his wife, and she's sitting across the table from me. And I had two dogs. One of them runs under the table, and I start petting the dog with my foot under the table. And a couple minutes later, I notice from my side view, the dog is not under the table. The dog is sitting to my left, and I look at my sister-in-law, and she's looking at me, and I realize I've been petting her foot for the past 3 to 5 minutes. She didn't say anything. She didn't take her foot away. Then when I realized what was going on, I took my foot away, and then we never discussed it again. Not quite as hot.
That's a great one. That's the top. You have a lot of those, right? Don't you have a lot of never talked about it again?
Yeah.
How many
Never talk about it again.
In the halls of Van, which I call your mind, How many in the halls of Van? How many? And this will never be talked about again. Are there up there?
Oh man, almost everything. They had like everything that's ever happened. I'd never talk about again.
A lot of unspeakable.
It's all in the past, and there's no reason to ever bring it up.
Right, it's just varying shades of why you don't talk about it ever again. You know, from it's boring to oh my god, I can never talk about that again.
Leave it in the past.
Yeah.
Which it's funny because my buddy Fernando, we were mentioning that we found an old video of us going to Hawaii. I put a clip on the BDM page one time because we got a VHS player to play these old what are they? I forgot. It was just an old VHS camera from the 90s.
Oh, you mean mini DV?
Mini DV.
Yeah.
And then we got that because I had some left over from when in the 90s when I had a mini DV. And we got one to watch the Hawaii tapes, like me, the Grizz, and the Wizard, and Crystal went to Hawaii.
How the fuck did you guys afford that?
Because Crystal's mom's a flight attendant, so we got her buddy pass. So
I remember when he came to the radio station as an intern, and he was like, I was talking to me about all the different places he traveled. I remember I was like, oh man, that's amazing that you're able to do that.
Back then, you could round trip from Miami to Hawaii. It was $200 buddy pass. Like it was so insanely cheap. And then anyway, so we had this video and like, oh, let's watch it. We haven't seen this in 15 years or whatever.
That's cool.
And it wasn't cool because me and Crystal's interaction made us uncomfortable. Because we were watching two young people, like she liked me, and
you're like, oh, I like us better when we're out of love now than I did. Watching us in love is too.
It was before it was even at the concept. I was too young. I was 17 years old.
So it's just an awkward viewing.
Yeah, Crystal's secretly in love with him, and then on the video, he's just trying to pick up Hawaiian chicks left and right.
Well, it's not even that as much as like our interaction. It was like it wasn't what we thought. It wasn't what she remembered. It was like awkward to watch. And then and then Fernando's like, leave the past in the past. And I like that. Where it's like, even though you have these old videotapes, or pictures are different because pictures you could attribute the reality to and your own memories to, which are always flawed because your human memory is
horrible. That's what makes them great.
Yeah, but so then you're like, oh, I remember. I'm putting what I feel now into these pictures then and creating this memory. And when you see the video of it, you're just like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. And then we're acting different than we do now because we're fucking 17-year-old kids. Like it made Crystal feel bad because
You're parents now.
Well, it's not even that.
Like you're like, well, I'm just saying how much further down the road you are in your life.
Yeah, it's
how many more experiences you have.
Yeah, that Tom and Crystal are closer in age to your kids now than they are you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it made me feel bad for the current day kids that like have this shit on the internet forever or get judged on what they do when they were kids. Like forever, the whole life. Like, this 16-year-old did this, and then all of society is like, oh, shame on him. Even though they all did that same shit or did some dumb fucking shit that was never
have
put on
laser movies and a new Hot girl. It'll all be sand in the wind eventually.
It is getting to the point where there's so much that it's all nothing. It doesn't make any sense. But there was a peak time where people's actions as a kid come back to bite them in the ass as an adult. And it's so stupid because you shouldn't be judged as an adult as something you did 25 years ago.
And most people don't. I think it becomes like it fizzles and then it becomes like sensational. But at the end of the day, I think most people are reasonable and good humans.
Disagree. You say leave the past in the past. I say drag the past into the future. Let it ruin now.
Oh yeah.
Tony Soprano used to say that. That's one of the biggest quotes from Tony Soprano was. Remember when is the most insincere form of
the lowest
form of conversation? Yeah. He had like a whole thing about that.
I'm hemorrhaging spondylics over here. That's my favorite Uncle Junior quote.
I heard there's a Sopranos pinball machine that we're gonna have to get. Dude. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Andrew about that.
Man,
you want to do one more?
Yeah.
How about this one in email?
Oh yeah, do your email. Yeah, let's end on that because this is wild.
This is Georgia BDM Shanna. Can you? I have inherited multiple high-end swords from a family member, and I'm looking to sell them. You guys have any insight?
All right.
Yeah.
So now do you know anything about the sword business?
Did somebody say swords?
Hold on.
Oh, there's a
Oh
character.
my God!
Oh, wow.
This guy has been camouflaged as a couch the whole show and just came out of nowhere.
Wow. Who are you, sir?
Hi, it's me, Bud K.
Oh,
it's
the actual
real. It's, oh, my God. Hold on.
you're a
I'll give you a
celebrity on the couch.
blast. It's-
Bud K, the swordman.
Yeah, from Bud K Knives.
Did I hear there are swords for sale? Somebody's interested in getting rid of some swords?
Isn't your headquarters located in Georgia, Bud?
That's
Or
correct.
may I call you Bud?
Yeah, you may.
Okay, Mr. Katie.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Apologies, Mr. K.
Now, do you buy? I thought you.
My
only-
name is Bud. The K is just a nickname. It's for kill.
All right, yeah.
So your name is Bud Kill.
My nickname is Bud Kill.
So I thought you just sold swords and you
Nah.
didn't. Okay, you buy
Every
them
single
too?
one of these instruments in my catalog, I've personally murdered a man with.
Okay, they're all murder swords.
Yeah,
And I'd
absolutely.
also say that Bud K is also categorized as, quote, high-end. Yeah, some of the most high-end swords you can purchase are from Mr. Kill.
That's correct.
Bud Kill.
Now, so,
And you have my personal murder assurance. I've used every single item in the catalog to kill somebody with.
now, should you be admitting this, Bud K?
Yeah, I live in Georgia. It's perfectly legal to murder. It's fine.
Murder is legal.
Well,
in
you can't
Georgia?
like shoot nobody, but you can kill them with a knife
Yeah.
or a sword or a
It's called-
slingshot
it's called
or a crossbow
sorting them up. You can sort them up a little bit.
or
okay.
a blackthorn shillelagh. Any of the items in my catalog.
Oh, that's like one of those old school laws that never got changed.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you
like
can't.
spit on the sidewalk next to a horse and you go to jail.
Like women can't vote with hats on a horse or whatever.
Man, it was just the other day. A guy insulted my intelligence, and I killed him with a mini rechargeable chainsaw.
Wait a
Page
minute,
26
you
in the
sell
catalog.
mini rechargeable chainsaws?
And extra change. Just killed a different guy with one of them.
You need a mini rechargeable
Okay.
chainsaw.
It's interesting that, Bud, that you sell an electric chainsaw because I feel like that wouldn't vibe with the whole knife and sword industry. Electric chainsaws. I
No,
feel
no,
like
it's
would be-
different now. No, they like me now.
Okay,
the
they
whole
like-
Nazi thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Yeah, I'll kill a man with just about anything.
yeah.
So now, this do you know what kind of swords this lady has?
Now, I believe she said high-end.
High-end.
swords.
Okay, but there's
A
no
collection.
other. There's no other like because there's so many types of swords. There's a broadsword. There's a short stabbing sword.
There's like a dagger. Then you got
very-
axes, battle axes.
Very open-ended collection. Regardless, I am willing to buy it sight unseen.
Sight unseen.
I will buy it sight unseen.
That
What
seems
about
poor.
condition doesn't matter to you?
None of that matters. There is one caveat. I can only pay in swords.
Okay,
It's
so-
a sword for sword?
It's the swords for swords.
So
scenario.
you're buying
Oh
her
my
sword.
God.
Now I don't know if she just wants to get rid of the swords. She doesn't want no other swords.
Understandable. I do have some other recommendations with these swords. The other, if you don't want to sell them to me, that's fine. I totally understand that. I would recommend kill with them.
Okay,
write that
if
down.
you can't sell them, then you kill
If
them.
what they're for.
if you can't sell them, kill them.
That's what they're for at the end of the day. And if you're not, I will I will take them sword for sword. You can kill with them, or I would recommend start a catalog. That's what I did. I'm doing all this killing. I got all these extra swords around. I started a catalog. Here we are today.
Well, that's how you sell your swords, is by putting the pictures of them in a catalog to give to people that you don't kill.
Well,
That's correct.
I mean, nowadays, Bud, though, you got to put them on the internet. The catalog.
They're on the
every-
internet, but
The
you know
what
what?
now?
I would say the internet is maybe 1% of Bud K's business. A lot of it's catalog business. 98% is catalog business.
2025?
And another 1% word of mouth.
You know, right about the time the internet came out, I got real into killing. I'm not super familiar with it. I
Oh,
still
like
got
Eminem.
I still got a bunch of porn
There's
DVDs.
this thing called Spankwire.
You're the Eminem of swords.
If you could, I'd prefer you just use the catalog. There's a little black and white card you can fill out in there, Tom. You just write in the number of the sword you want to buy, and I'll send it to you. Send me a check
Yeah,
your
did you
money.
know that?
order, I
Like
send
when
it
you
to
buy with that catalog, you have to go and write the order number, and it's like 008 dash, and then there's a dash, and then you write the other number. It's 12 digits.
I like Bud K. Like I can find people to kill on the internet. It's a perfect place.
All right, I gotta go, guys. I gotta get back to Moultrie, Georgia, where I live and sell swords.
All right,
Sorry,
we'll see
thank
you
you, Bud
later.
K.
Thank you,
All right.
Bud.
All right, let's get out of here. Talking about killing, internet
Do
gambling.
you think he snuck in while we were in the bathroom, or he was there the whole show? That camouflage
I
was-
think he was using some of his own products.
Oh,
You know? Yeah.
We'll see, like the couch killy suit in
Oh,
the
yeah.
catalog
Well,
next month.
to get that good at killing, you have to be deceptive.
Practice,
True,
practice,
true.
practice.
You have to live in the shadows.
All right, so we have Mo's Comedy Jam coming up October 2nd. Really good comedy show at the Funny Bone put together by Ross.
Go ahead and say what you think the website is, and I'll say the real one. I wrote it down.
MoComedyJam.com.
God damn, nailed it.
Yeah.
Did you get it right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where you can get
man.
tickets for the Mo Comedy
Good
Jam.
job.
October 2nd at the Funny Bone. Get tickets now. It's the 4th annual. It's going to sell out. Get your tickets now.
There you go.
We have another new sponsor, like Underground Metalworks. It's called Lifeline Scanning. It's you can go through our website at tomanddan.com. It's for $159. Me and Daniel actually did this scan. They scan your artery in your neck and the artery in your stomach.
Yep.
They check out your circulation. Only for $159.
You can get a a lipid panel if you want to do that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
They did a good job
to get a blood.
But if you use our link on the website, that really helps us out. Yeah.
And we're doing a party at the end.
If you don't have the money for that, $50, I will schedule a week where, like, one day of that week, I will scare you real bad.
Scare the
I'll just jump out, scare the shit out of you.
Scare the clogs out.
Now go take a dump.
Well, if it doesn't make you have any sort of attack, you're probably fine. That's the raw scan.
Okay.
I just know, I was like, a lot of our listeners have been partying for a while. They may want to check their arteries.
You may want to scan it out.
Just say, it made Daniel feel better.
It did. It was really good. They did a nice job.
For $159, I was like, that. I saw some people bringing their parents in there.
It looked like Tom was bringing his baby grandpa in there.
Honestly, because my friend Matt, who died, a number of years ago, when they did his autopsy, he had like a 70% blockage. And just died unrelated. But that was, and my dad, getting that knee surgery, they found like almost a full blockage in that one they call the Widowmaker, and they went like, hey, we gotta get surgery right now. So like, I always worry about that.
I mean, it's never a bad thing to try and live longer. That's what I say.
And we're doing a party at the end of the year. It's called I'm Not Dead Yet Tom and Dan Party, where once you get your scan, you get all clear, then we're gonna clog your arteries up good.
You get the all clear, you come here and we'll clog you. Oh, we'll clog you good.
I think we'll maybe do it at Johnny's, Big Burgers beer, because then it's like, my arteries are not clogged.
And what's the least active thing we can do? Play some pinball? Just stand in one place and move our fingers?
Just Oreo cakesters and heavy cream everywhere.
Now you got it.
Anyway,
now you got it.
But you got to book through tomanddan.com. It's right there on the right-hand side. You'll see it's at 159 scan, Lifeline. And it's nationwide, all over Florida. Like, they've done like 11 million scans nationwide. They're all over the country.
I think if you use our link, no matter where you're at, we get credit for it. So please
it's
use
me, Bud K. I'm back. I do the scan all the time. And if you want to, you can call it the Bud K scan.
All right. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, buddy.
You're a murderer.
You just told us.
Saves lives. Anyway, all right, guys. We will see you.
Check out Tots with Ross, the Orlando Talk Show.
Any
podcast app.
Yep, the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy.
Any shows coming up anytime soon?
You know what? If you're interested in Mo-related content, go check out the Orlando Talk Show with me, Ross McCoy. Ricky Reyes has been on there. Sean Finnerty's been on there. And I'm going to get Madison on there real soon, and we'll have the full lineup on Tots with Ross.
There you go.
She's coming in a couple weeks.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
guys, thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Go to the website, check out the merch page if you don't have any. And, I think that's about it.